Okay, right now. Okay, welcome to our week 2, Drift 6, the second sessions. Chien, yes, what is it? Okay, let Jahui actually share screen first. Okay, we just want to see, right, okay, what you guys have been working on, okay, for the Adobe Animate there, right, okay? If you can open up the Adobe Animate kind of interface screens, also will be more better there. Okay, nice, okay, very nice, you can see there, okay? Using line, just like using AI, is it?
No, this one is Adobe Animate.
Yeah, like, just like using AI, the style of illustrations, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, the timeline is actually on at the bottoms. Okay, for Adobe Animate, okay, you can change the format of size of document size. Okay, on the right, the tool basically on the left side. Okay, good. What else there from here that we can see?
This all our exercise.
These are the exercise using pen tools, right? Is it?
I use line tools for
Line
the
tools.
stroke lah.
Okay.
And I use the bucket to fill in the colors.
Fill in the colors. Okay,
And
good.
like this, some of the shadows I use the brush.
Brush tools.
Brush tool. And also like the some lines here is use the brush.
Okay.
This one brush.
Brush. Oh, the line works, right? The line works using brush. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. At least you have that kind of understanding that how it works from there, right? Good.
Okay.
You can design also a landscapes, a background design for this one already. How about the characters? Have you done any characters works?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, because I think we just start to familiar to the tools.
Okay, with the tools. Okay, great.
Yeah.
When you design this kind of what we call that this element, do you sketch first?
Yeah, must have a sketch first.
Okay, where actually you sketch there? Okay, Photoshop, or directly you sketch inside this Adobe Animate?
No, you repeat what you said just now? Pardon? You mean that this cactus or what?
This cactus.
No, this cactus, the miss, she sent us the reference. Yeah, this one, and we follow.
We follow this one, right? Okay.
Draw.
It can be. It can be. Okay, this is one of those samples, lah, right? Okay, sample of those references that you guys just follow, lah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good, very good. So that means when you want to design your own kind of styles or your characters or your elements, okay, you have to sketch first, lah. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you have to. Have you tried yet?
No.
Not yet. Anything else there that you have been working on last week?
No, just this one.
Okay, great, good. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, Yahui.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, for your sharing sessions. Okay. Okay. So what do you think about those Adobe Animate there so far? Okay. Okay, guys. Even though I'm using Adobe Flash, I'm using Multimedia Flash, but it's basically this one basically Multimedia Flash were generally what we call that the father of Adobe Animate. Okay, before they will basically turn over, upgrade, okay, Adobe Animate into become Adobe Animate directly. So Adobe basically buy the rights of Multimedia Flash. Okay, so they use basically the concept, the engine of Adobe Flash into Adobe Animate. So they upgrade all the interface, look very nice, black kind of interface there, okay, and also some of those features. Also, there's a lot of new features at the same time that works on that. But the concept of working is almost the same there, guys. You guys just have to be familiar with it only there, okay. One of the reason I didn't upgrade because my system also is not quite very my CPU is not quite very there's not enough space anymore though, okay. So I clean up the space all the times, and at the same times I try to upgrade also my CPU there, okay, my kind of workstations, but at the moment I can't there, okay, at moments. So I maintain with whatever that I have working on and use there, okay, to work on that. So guys, if you guys, okay, want to sketch, okay, for example, okay, I'm also always use brush. One of the reason, if you guys can see there, right, we actually can sketch fast, okay, we can sketch fast. Okay, let's just say I want to draw trees like this, then I'm going to draw any kind of trees. Okay, this one, first sketch, select all, and then I group them up there, right. This is only my sketch. Let's just say I'm going to design another tree.
So you haven't shared your screen.
Is it right? I thought I actually have shared already. Okay, resume back again. Sorry there, guys. But in my recording, okay, OBS, they've been recorded. No worries there. Okay. So if I want to sketch, okay, using my what we call that grayscale kind of what we call that color tone there, right. So if I want to sketch like this, okay, this basically some of the trees, just like an iconic kind of elements there, okay, that you just draw just now. So I can use this sketch in order for me to design basically my kind of works there. See? Okay? So different kind of tree that I've been working on. So from here, okay, either you can use also later on, okay, add new layers, right, for example, for those, what we call that, new kind of what we call that layers. Then I can use pencil tool. Instead of using line tools, I'm using pencil tools to design the shapes of my tree, but I didn't have to trace all the time there, okay. So I'm using this kind of line works over here. Before I'm going to group them up, select the right, see, and I double click, delete, okay, the shapes, you see. Then I can use basically the pencil also that's back again to draw the shadows there. You see that, right? Instead of using paint at the moment, you make sure that everything has been combined together there. Okay, like this. Then I can actually select color mixture and change the colors. Double click the line back again. Is it the same kind of method that you guys have been working on? Guys? Is it the same method?
Yeah.
Right.
Similar.
Similar there, right? And then I will draw basically but the line will be a bit more freeform. Okay, groups first, send to back. Double click, then I can what? Okay, use paint bucket, change colors. I can paint. That's it. And then I can change the colors at the same time then. Double click, delete, and after that I can actually add some another shadows here basically. Okay. If you guys say the same, okay, good. So that means you have the concept of working on it. So the way that actually produce, okay, this design also quite similar to what you guys been working on, but I group some of the parts that I find quite very interesting for me to change later on. Don't forget to save your files. Okay, this is week 2 demo for group 6. So from here, okay, so okay guys, okay, normally when I actually design any element there, okay, I will basically duplicate these elements. Why? Because I can change the colors later on if I want to. I can duplicate them. So I can basically duplicate, like say transform, flip horizontals, okay, move a little bit here, change the size there, right? Sometimes this size also I can change. All right. One of the reasons I don't want to make sure, right, even though I will duplicate things, but we still can make some changes from there. So from here, I can change the colors there, right? For example, like this. Okay. And then we change a little bit here, and this one there, right? Alright, this part, same goes, right? Okay. So one of the reason we separate the colors there, right? Okay. I separate basically the shapes because we want to make sure that we can change easy there, okay? So I love to duplicate, okay, the elements because we can replace with some of the areas there, okay, sometimes. Then I can actually scale a bit more. Maybe I can actually change, flip horizontals. Flip horizontals there, right? Like this one. I can make a different kind of what we call that arrangements of those skew there, right? Okay, to work on that. Even though this one, I can actually change there. See? So it doesn't mean we have to use the same kind of what we call the position all the time. Okay, that's why we group those kind of elements there. So how fast basically we can actually design them. That's also one of the great things that happens when you actually have familiar with the shapes of itself. This one, fill in the colors there, and then I draw the line works there, right, like this, okay, for the shadows. Right, and I can use also some sort of like brushes. All right, same goes to what you guys been working on there, but I want to make these changes a bit, okay, a bit more bigger there, right? Okay, the highlights. So this one I can groups, Control G groups there, right? And maybe I will basically design those. Okay, these branches. Okay, like that. Maybe I can design different kind of shadows there. Different kind of shadows. So double click, delete that, right? Okay. What else there? We actually can also design those. Textures, patterns there, okay, on those trees. Okay. Same goes to this one. So it's all about creativity, guys, okay, when you design all these elements back again. Okay? It's all about your creativities there. This part, okay, the shadows has to be look like this. For examples, I can actually design also those, because I have grouped them up there, right? Maybe I can actually design those 3 elements like this. Okay, what I can do, I can delete there. I can groups separately. Then I can actually draw the shadows there. Right? So if you guys are familiar with those tools, can you see how fast basically we can design those elements here instead of using AI there, right? But of course this one is supposed to design for animations. Alright. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, then group them up. Okay, to save basically this file inside those library, how actually you did that, right? For Adobe Flash, normally we can actually go to convert to symbol F8. Okay, F8 convert to symbols. That means make it into graphics. This is tree number 1, for example. There, put into libraries there, guys. Okay, inside those libraries there. Okay, number 2, F8, tree number 2. This one are going to be tree number 3, and this is tree number 4. Okay, so you have 4 different kind of tree, and when you have saved into the libraries there, guys, what other thing that you can do, you can actually delete this one. All right, so the sketches can be deleted also. Okay, every time you want to bring out over those trees, you can actually bring it over here. But still you can actually delete them, right? Okay, because you have saved on the libraries. Always save inside those library there, guys. One of the reasons, because sometimes if you don't use this kind of library kind of methods to save basically your kind of elements, I have attempted a few number kind of situations, which is suddenly my Adobe Flash get infected with virus. The file get infected with virus there. So what happens, I didn't actually save into the libraries. Suddenly all the works that I've done inside this stage, okay, were being corrupted there, guys. Okay, I cannot fix them up. So the one who actually I can fix is only when I actually have saved into the libraries there. That's basically the things happens to me before lah. Okay, so best way, save into libraries there, right? Same goes to the element that I did last week. Okay, last week, this one there, right? See, I saved the elements over here. Okay, this is the elements there, right? Okay, one of it. So if I want to save the whole things later on, I will save there, right? Okay, this one I just group them up there only. All right, I just group them up there, right? So that's one thing there. So I want to talk about back again on the brush tools. Okay, one of the reasons I'm using brush a lot instead of using pen tools to design my characters, because when it comes to design the movements, you need to design the gestures there first. Okay, the gestures kind of pose there, right? Okay, so the best way to design those characters for me, design the very simple shapes there first. For example, okay, bouncing ball or ball there, right? Okay, ball itself there, right? So like this. So what you can do, you have this, you draw basically the shape of the ball there, right? Okay, if you want to make the ball have eyes, for example like this. Okay, so what you can do, you actually, okay, this is the first frame, and let's just say we have 5 frames. All right, I'm duplicating to 5 frames there. 1, 2 there, 5 there, right? Okay, If I want to make those motions there, guys, any kind of motions with this kind of drawings there, okay? We have 1 and 5 drawings there. How to actually duplicate that, right? Okay, I'm using Control and Control, alternate, and move. All right, move to the frames that I want. Okay, that's one thing there, right? I want to make sure that this, what we call that, these kind of characters are going to move right here. Move right here there, okay? In 5 frames, see? 5 frames. Okay, what I can do from here, I need to add another in between there, okay? That means frame number 3, okay, this one frame number 1 and 5. Okay, the movement is simple there, okay? Move the ball there, okay? From left to right. But I want to make this ball move like this, okay? Jump there, right? Over. So how actually I can make this kind of alignments of those arcs are going to be workable there, okay? I'm going to select and create the onion skins over here. Onion skins. Okay, the onion skins inside right here there, okay? So onion skin will be allow us to see those kind of the next kind of frames there, right? Okay, according to these selections areas. So what I can do, I can move right here for in between. So that means the ball are going to be jump over there, right? You see? Okay, see there, right? The movements there, simple movements. This is what we call post-to-post animations there, guys. Post-to-post animations. Okay, post-to-post animations. So the next thing is, okay, think over there, okay. Before they're going to jump, we're going to design basically the, okay, I'm using freeform. I'm going to squash a little bit, like this. Squash, all right. This is what we call the anticipations there, right? Okay. So before they jump, they squash a little bit. That's it. The movements. Okay, whatever that you're going to do later on, this is basically the concept of animations. Try to define any movements from walk cycle, jump cycles, into any kind of movements that are in 5 drawings first. They're going to be complete the motions in 5 drawings. Okay, but after you get the key frames of motions, then you can, okay, let's just say this one, I'm going to open up those what we call that, those onion skins. I'm going to move this one over here. All right, the basics movement there, see guys? We call post-to-post animations. What I did right now there, guys, okay, if I want to create one of the graph, okay, using brush tools, okay, I'm designing basically, okay, this is basically those keyframes kind of graph there, okay, or chart there, okay. This is your first drawings. First drawings keyframes, okay. This is your keyframes, okay, the first keyframes, KF, keyframes, not KFC here, keyframes there. So the next kind of drawings, okay, drawings number 5, okay, how do we get the chart there, right? Drawing number 5, right here, is your final keyframe, last keyframe, for example, for the movements. Okay, for the movements. Okay, the third drawings over here, okay, let's just say this one. The third one is the in between. IB in between there, right? IB we call IB, okay? Not IV there, right? Okay? So this is basically the movement of those drawings there, okay? So I will basically, okay, select the whole thing, this one first, lock the first, okay? I want to bring over this one right here. The way that you're going to bring over all the keyframes, using edit multiply frames and select all. Otherwise they're going to be run over different kind of frames there, right? Okay? So now this is basically the keyframes that I actually have done there, right? The keyframes in between, what we call that, middle keyframes, sorry there guys, okay? Morning. This is the middle keyframes. middle frame there, okay, middle keyframes. M, K, F, middle keyframes there. Okay, middle key frames. So we plan basically the motions there. This is all about planning there, guys. So one of the reason sometimes you saw that you actually going to animate all the motions forever there, okay, you don't know where to stop because you don't lock basically the motions there. You don't lock basically the motions. Okay, this is one of the methods, one of the best method that I can find, okay, based on what I produce, okay, for my works. I can plan more better my animations there without worrying too much, okay, how many drawings that I'm going to complete there, guys, okay. 25 drawings there for one second there, okay? It's quite hard there, guys. Okay, you think that kind of thing, if you have that kind of mindset there, okay, because you don't know how to plan it right, you're going to find animation is quite hard there. It's quite hard because when you see a lot of storyboarding there, okay, have seen a lot of scene there, okay, you will feel worried, okay, oh, how many drawings that we have to add from there. So you cannot focus on every single shot and scene to animate those characters there because you think about all these difficulties, all the time frames, all the drawings that be involved there. But with this kind of methods, every single motions, before you're going to add more details, right, okay, you have all this kind of key drawing, a master key drawings there that can be guide your animators or yourself when it comes to animate them. Okay, you know basically the workload, how actually going to cut the scenes, cut the frames at the same times. You're using this kind of formulas, I can show you guys you can actually animate more efficiently. Okay, 5 keyframes for every drawing, and then you can add those in between. Okay, so right now we have in one frame of seconds, in one frame of movements, we have 5 different drawings that we actually complete to animate these characters jumping over there, right? You see, some over there, okay? Who say animate is quite hard. Learn the concept of animations there. So from here, okay, I will add another. Okay, this one, I add another frames. See, this is frame number 2 in between IB. Okay, IB there, right? Okay, and these are going to be number 3 and number 4, sorry, and number 4 IB there, right, in between. So that means we have all those kind of keyframes including IB for these motions, you see. But of course in 25 frames per second, if you have this kind of speed of drawings, of course you cannot see them, you cannot actually value the motion itself. Okay, this is like a time-lapse kind of motions there. Okay, so what we can do, okay, this is also some of the tricks to run basically those time there, okay, the timing itself, because animation is all about timing there, guys. So what we can do, we can extend, select both of those frames, layers 1, layer 2, layer 3, and then I can actually extend using F5. Okay, how long does it take there for one drawings to move? Okay, in order to change the speed of those animations, your motions there, you have to add more drawings. Okay, the more slowest the motions, the more drawing can be added, or you can actually extend basically the frames. So let's just say I extend into 2 frames every single drawings there first. See how actually we can speed up those motions there, right? How we actually can slow and make a motion to smooth there, right? Okay, F5. Okay, now if you take a look there, right, we have done 4 frames, 10 frames per drawings there, right? Okay, for motions. So that means if you add more, they're going to have more kind of motions that have more smooth kind of motions there, slow motions there, see? More slower there, right? Okay, and of course from here you want to make it more slower there, right? Okay, You can actually add another keyframes. Normally, or okay, for the normal kind of motions, I'm going to add around every single drawings only 3 frames there, okay? For drawings into the motions there, right? Now we have 15. See? More better kind of movements there. Okay, you can see the motions from there. How are we going to hold the motions? How are we going to hold the motions there? Okay, because it's too fast, okay? To hold the motions, simple there, guys. You just extend the frames. Let's just say how many frames that you want to extend, okay? To hold the motions. Maybe around 6 to 7. And then the final one are going to be around the same there, okay? 6 to 7 at the same time there, see? So the motion are going to be hold there a bit. See? Hold a little bit there. So the more longer frame that you hold, okay? So the characters are going to be hold the motion before they're going to start to make the motion itself, okay? Make the movements there. So this is how we actually can hold the frames depending on the how much time that you're going to spend from there. Okay? Now we almost get 1 second of animation there, right? 1 second of animation from here. Okay? Only for jump movements, using 5 drawings, you can get almost 1 second of animations. You see that, guys? Jumping movements that you thought basically quite difficult to create there, okay? But I'm using only 5 drawings to complete those motions. And of course, from here, I can add another in between there, guys. In between there, to give the motions a bit more efficiently there, okay? First of all, okay, this is the final kind of what we call the head there, right? What we call that movements. What I can do there, okay? I will extend until 25 frames, for example, like that. But I'm going to move this one right here. I'm not going to hold them up. But for these drawings over here, for the in between from 4 to 5 frames, I'm going to add another frames there. Okay, this one, I'm going to add another frames. That means I will draw 4.5, for examples, kind of frames in between, another small in between there. That means I want to create this kind of, same goes what we call it, the reactions. Okay, when people jump, okay, they will squash a little bit before they end up into the same kind of movements there back again, the whole positions there, the rest positions. So what I can do right here, I will basically, squash back again. But now I'm going to skew a bit that, like that, right, okay? See? See the motions a bit more logic there, guys. You see that, right? Different kind of motion from there. Using only one single drawing is there, guys. We say we have to draw all the times there, but we can actually draw to make the design a bit more dynamic there, guys, okay? More dynamics. But I just want to show you guys the very simple kind of motions that we can create using the simple kind of shapes. So when they talk about animations, we don't have to basically do a lot of efforts to learn animations by creating a fancy character step first. By right, with this kind of design, we can do a lot of things from here. Okay, from here, okay, I can create another IB, another in between from here. Okay, from here, there, right? This is the second frames, this is the second frames. After second frames, I can add another keyframes right here. All right. What I can do from here, there, guys. Let's just say 2.5. Okay, 2.5 frames right here. I can actually stretch. Okay, this is a part of those element of principle of animations. So what I can do right here, I can stretch a little bit, and then I can actually move a little bit right here. See the motion itself. Okay, because they're going to be what we call that launch, basically the actions there, right? See? You can see the motions there, right? Okay, more smoother kind of motions. See that, right? So the motion become more smoother there, guys, right? You can see basically the weight of these elements. You can see basically the anticipations, the stretch and squash, okay, the exaggerations, the arc, okay, almost complete those kind of principles of animation. Even though solid drawings over here, I'm using very solid drawing using brush to work on that. Okay, this is a part of the beauty of the motions there. If you understand about how to apply the keyframes there, see. We start with 5 drawings and then we add another in-betweens to make it those animation look more smoother there. No fancy kind of tools, but using creativities and the right kind of techniques that you works. You see there, guys? Okay, any questions? Any questions about it? No. So can you see basically, right, those the ideal of working with animations there. So the concept of animations there, okay? Before you're going to animate hands, arm, walk, cycle, and whatever there, okay? Please make sure that you design properly your characters there, okay? For me, okay, to start to animate, to design the characters from this particular kind of shapes, okay? From here, I can duplicate them. Just add another layers. This one locked there, right? Copy and paste. Now move there, right? Cannot move, it's okay. Just duplicate right here. Okay, these characters for examples. Okay, simple kind of characters. Okay, from here, guys, I can duplicate. Okay, it's time for me to change the colors for examples. Okay, now what I can do. Okay, of course, okay, the line is not quite very, the shape is not quite very. What we call that solid there, it's okay, but it's only our sketch there right just now. So from here, if you have the solid drawings, you actually can change. See? From here, what else you can do? Okay, you can actually write, design basically the shadows. Okay. Yeah, actually can design also some highlight. Now the character is a bit more solid there, right? From here, what else that we can do? Then I can upgrade this design. Maybe I can add an arms. See? But of course, to design the arms, you need to sketch first. Look simple, so okay, look easy for me to work, so okay, it doesn't mean it's look easy for you guys there. But at the same time, when I design the arms, I can actually draw some pose there, okay, if I want to. I can duplicate if I want to there, okay. This one, send to back. I can also draw basically what? The legs. See? But 3/4 view there, guys, okay? Remember what I said before. Duplicate that, right? And try to balance the characters there, see? From here, we can duplicate. Even though this one, we can duplicate. I can draw and design something else. Okay, what else there? Green colors. Okay, become a fruits there, right? Okay? So, to develop your creativities, it doesn't have to be too fancy sometimes. Okay, this one, right? Normally, when people use black colors, I'm going to use green, dark green there, right? To give more better kind of presentations. What else I can do from here? I can actually design the petals there, right? Sometimes I forget the names there, right? The names. Then I can design also those leaves. But I separate them. Why? The reason we separate them, easy for us to animate them. But I will basically design these petals a bit more floating there, guys. It's about design, okay? You actually can do anything that you want. It's a matter of creativity there. So groups. So in order for me to animate later on, I can animate like this one, see? Can rotate also there sometimes, right? See? Right, a lot of things can be done there, okay? From all these group kind of elements from here. So from here, we can do more. Now we start to design basically, for example, I can design the expressions, stretch a little bit. The eye also can be bigger a bit, stretch, see? But sometimes this one a bit more like it show basically what we call that the out of proportion. But sometimes sketch, okay, what we call that when you actually write design the characters, okay, like this. Okay, let's just say you want to test. You wanted to test. Okay. The motions. See? Right, sometimes you can. See? A simple kind of test of animations there. Expressions. Even though this one also, right, okay, you actually can exaggerate a little bit. This is all about the art of motions there. Right. Because he feels shocked there, right? See? He feels shocked there, right? And from here also you can actually, right, jump over a little bit. See? So have fun designing simple characters first, but you can actually expand your kind of skill of animations. Okay? So have fun, design simple characters, simple kind of elements or characters, but you can develop your skill of motions there first. Okay? That's basically those tips that I can give you guys from here. Okay? So when you get it right, put it right here. Because animation is all about you taking a lot of responsibility of your design, of your work. Okay? If you're not basically planning well on the motions, you will get caught back again to yourself to animate the characters there entirely for yourself there, right? So expand basically using F5 there, right? Okay. So please don't start with a very complex kind of design at the moment. Okay? Start a very simple kind of design there first, in order for you to create your characters there. So let me check basically our module over here there, guys. Tutorials conduct, okay, online. Week 2, what we're going to do. You guys were going to bouncing ball exercise, label your files according to, okay, week 2. Okay, week 2 we're going to start with the bouncing ball exercise. Right, either basically with Miss Teng, or you guys can also produce in my sessions also there, right? Okay. Alright, bouncing ball, bowling ball, balloon, rubbery. Alright, and bouncing ball with tails, optionals. So what I did basically with you guys, you can cover the whole, all these 4 different kind of level of exercise, actually. Okay? But you need to learn how to animate first properly. So I have done basically this motion of exercise there. Normally, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Ting are going to give you guys why basically they've been right here. They don't follow orders there, right? This one. Put it back. Okay. It's quite stubborn there, right? Huh? Doesn't follow my orders there. Where is it? Oh, this one. Right here. Maybe I can change the colors there, okay? Okay. Here we go. Alright guys, about the stage, normally we can change the stage colors there. Document, I can change the stage colors over here, see? Alright, you can change the stage colors. Right? Nah. So about those bouncing ball exercise, okay, bowling ball exercise, everything that, okay, you've been working on right now later on, okay, from the references that Mr. actually been giving to you guys can use this method that works, okay, this method that works. All right, so learn the concept of animations. Every single exercise start with the 5 frame of drawings there before you add another in between there, okay. Okay, every single kind of animation is around 5 seconds there, guys, 5 seconds. So how we are going to select into in between, what we call that, into those GIF animated there, okay, GIF animated there. So what I can do from here, okay, let's just, I'm going to select this one there first. Okay, I'm going to select all those motions over here using basically edit multiple frames. Send it over right here. All right. Then I can scale. I can scale them up that way. Scale. Alright, lock this first. Okay, all this design, put it right here. And I still can also scale there, okay, because this is not the final kind of animations there. Still in the design process. Alright, don't forget to click shift. Okay, this is basically my motions there. So how actually I'm going to select this part later on. Okay, this one I select all. Scale back again. I just want to present it to you guys there. Okay. Alright, the motion itself. How we're going to convert into GIF animated there, right? Go to File, Export, Movie there, right? Okay. This one you can actually export. I think Adobe Animate can have different kind of what we call that okay, convert or whatever there, okay. You can try to see it back again. Then I can actually say this is a week 2 demo G6 there, right? Jump sequence there. Save. Okay, match. Okay, match screen. Click OK. So the GIF animated can actually write, can be Okay, this is my sequence just now. I actually can open up. Okay, normally I will open up in Internet Explorer, guys. See? This is the one, animated GIF. Okay? So you can send it over there, right? Okay? Later on. So you want to save this one, I can actually write include in my. Can I send it over right here? I can send it over, edit. I can upload my GIF, is it? Okay, let me try to edit, to upload my GIF there. Yeah, I can, right? Okay, save. Okay, I have those GIF animated there, okay, that have been uploaded right here. Okay, guys. So think about a very simple kind of design there first in order for you to create those kind of motions there, right? Okay. So using basically this keyframe kind of methods that you works. All right. Or the last week exercise, a demonstration that I did. But this one there, right? Huh? Maybe I can actually share with you guys also at the same time. Okay, and this one, select all. Okay, put it in a place. All right, this is week 2 demo there, right? Week 1 demo there, right? Okay. Import to the movie. Okay, this is what week 1 demo, group 6 and group 10. Character design and jumps sequence there, right? Match the screen. So that means this one there, right? Okay, before this week 1 session, is it? Okay, edit. I upload basically those demos there. The sample of GIF. So the sample of GIFs over there, I forgot to send it over there, guys. Okay, my apologize on that. So you can see the motion from there. Okay. All right, guys. So you guys got all this kind of stuff from here. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any inquiries on the learn the animation and motions? Bouncing balls, check back again those demonstrations later on. Check back again some of the samples that Mr. actually been giving you guys. I think this thing will give you guys a diagram on the bouncing ball there. So you guys can test your animation from there. My kind of what we call that demonstrations, hopefully can give a bit more advanced or more straightforward forward kind of way of approaching your kind of what basically you're going to do with your kind of what we call that animations, that character animations, right? So the design wise at the same times, okay, right now, right here, okay, we actually can do a lot of things there, okay. For examples, okay, this is basically those design. It's in the files there first. I'm not actually put into libraries yet, guys, right? So what I can do, I can change this one. All right, same goes to this. Can duplicate this one right here. See, all right. Put it the hands in front. See the right? You can actually design them back. So what else that we can do from here? I love basically to use one single design, but I will approach a multiple kind of way there to approach those kind of characters there, right? For example, like this. Okay, is that if I want to design these characters wearing glasses, a very simple glasses like these groups. You group them up, put it right here. See, duplicate them. Scale a little bit, change the scale because this is three-quarter view there, guys, right? Then if I group both of them, okay, see, simple kind of a way to approaching those design. Okay, now if I want to draw some sort of like a glasses kind of reflections or highlight there, okay, see. Can design something like this. Okay, there. That's how actually it goes. Okay, we design there. Okay, so work with a very simple kind of way to approach there, right? First, some expressions, lips, and whatever they're going to do there. Okay, you actually can apply based on this design there, right? If you worried, you make mistakes or something happens, this is the master design there, right? F8, design number 1. Put into those libraries. Okay, so simple different elements also you can actually write approach and design. Okay, this one, if I don't like this kind of styles, I can delete them up there, right? Double click on the groups and then I can actually write change. Maybe I will design what else, maybe some bulu there, right? Like this. Zoom out a bit. It's too much. I have some glitch with my computers. Okay. Double click, select, delete, brush. Okay, let's just say, right, okay, just like rambutan there, right? It can be. Or durian there, right? Okay, but durian is not like this one there, right? Like this guy basically had a lot of issues and problems there, right? See, group them up. So this one, select all. I can actually use maybe another thick kind of line there, but it doesn't mean pure black. It's a dark green there. So you can do a lot of things from here, there, guys. Okay. The point is, right now you can do a lot of things from here, from those designs. See, the eyes itself. You don't like this kind of eyes. What kind of eyes you're going to create there, okay? What you can do, double click there first. This one you can group them first there, right? Then you're going to design the eyes look like this. Okay? I love to make those kind of, my kind of brush strokes become a bit more like there's a quality of line from there. Okay, send it back. Double click, select that, right, okay? And put some colors here. This one you can actually write scale, rotate a little bit there, and send it back. See? So of course, okay, if you want to have a very solid kind of styles, normally you can plan by sketching there first. But for me, I actually have been what we call have all this kind of styles that I can actually approach on my kind of very simple kind of design like this there, right? So I can actually do a lot of duplication, right? Okay, duplications on the same characters but different kind of styles that I can approach from here. Okay, even though this one I can create some aliens maybe, right? Okay, you don't want to use these petals. Alright, groups, double clicks, delete. Right, I can design different kind of way there, right? Okay? For example, like this bud. You have to be careful when you use white colors for any designs. Make sure you have the background there, okay? Have been covered there right from there. Otherwise, you can change. See? But color combinations really important there, guys. Okay? That's one thing. So, okay, this one there, okay, all the fur line you don't want to use, you don't have to use that, right? And of course this one, okay, the eyes itself that you've been approached. Let's just say you want to design only one eyes. Delete this one. Alright, put it right here. And make it into one eyes there. They become a Mike Sosowski there, okay, from Monster Inc. Alright. But if you want to duplicate the eyes, go ahead. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 there, right? Aliens there, right? Okay, scale a little bit to make it more better for the 3/4 positions. Okay. Then right here, one more. Alright, better group that first. Easy for you to duplicate. Okay, and this one, for examples. So a lot of things we can do there, guys, okay, to design those characters there. But you place it back again, alright. Okay? It can be. So from one single design like this, simple design, you can do a lot of things there, guys. You can even basically write, let's just say, select this part over here. Let's just say you want to make it this one. Okay, the body become a bit more longer there, okay? It can be. So, to develop creativities, it's not about you can design a lot of fancy characters there only. But from simple design, you can do a lot of different kind of stuff there. They become different characters. Okay, from there. Okay? So a lot of things that we can actually work along the way there, guys, okay? If you really open up your mind from there, even though you draw the characters before there, right? Okay, let me try to design the characters for you guys. Okay, without sketchings. Alright, without sketchings here. Okay. Okay. This one I group them up first. Okay, make it more balanced. Okay. Now I can design basically the eyes. Groups. Okay, those pupil. Okay, one of the reason I'm using highlight because I want to make sure that my design, my characters have what we call that, alive there, okay? Feel alive from there. Okay, from here, I can add some colors there, right? Straight away. duplicate the eyes, change the size. What else there? Now I can actually write. Design basically those mouth there, right? From here, groups. All right, the teeth. All right, inside those mouth, I'm using line. Same goes with the thumb. I didn't use brush. Okay, like that. Inside those mouth, and the tongue inside there. You see, I design expressions at the same time that works on it. So what else that we can do from here? Okay, let's just say I want to design those tone there right now. Okay, group that first. Then I actually can design more. Okay, but I group them up there, right? I make it basically the font also like a mustache there. Select all. Okay, these have been grouped there, right? Nice. Save. And now it's time for me to color them up there, right? The body itself. Can you see? What else that we can do from here? I can add some shadows if I want to. Right? Shadows there, right? Okay. Imagine the shadows. Highlight came from there. So the highlights, I just put it right here. Okay, see that, right? So the eyes itself, I can add a bit more darker kind of tones from there. Right? If you want to use the same colors, eyedroppers. Okay. Sometimes, okay, most of the times they can going to be filled automatically like that, right? So I can use them like that. There. So I designed the cactus characters. So I designed the cuckoo characters over there. So just now I designed the tree, is it? Can bring over here. Even though this tree also, right, okay, if I want to design become a characters, I can, see? See, they become a characters also. Right. So the tree become characters at the same time. So from here, I can duplicate more. Oops. Because I didn't group there, right? I just want it right. I can start to design the eyebrow there, right? So the eyebrows maybe look like this a bit there, right? In groups. Put it right here, see? Arrange, flip horizontals. Can scale a little bit. Alright. So So a lot of things that we can done from this particular kind of way of working with those characters, guys. Okay, so you choose basically the best way to work on that. All right, guys, you choose the best way to work on that. So like this one, I think I can make it into another animated GIF there, right? I send it over here. This one, I'm going to put it over here to balance them up. Oops. Alright, to balance them up there. Okay. So hopefully, right, okay, these sessions you have done, you guys have been learning a few number kind of tricks and tips at the same times, okay, to continue to develop your exercise, okay. Okay, this is only a few number kind of tricks that you guys can use, okay, first of all, to animate the characters there, okay, jump sequence, okay, bouncing ball, the same thing, okay. No, basically, right, okay, you have to learn how to start the first drawing and the final drawings there, okay, in order for you guys to plan those kind of motions. File, export, movies. So I just rename, and then I can edit this one, remove attachment at first, then I can send it over the latest one there. See. Okay, guys. So there we go. In our Google Classrooms. Okay, we have the sample of these motions of characters there and demonstrations at the same time that works with that. Okay. So enjoy the process of working with it. And good luck with your exercise. If you guys have any kind of what we call the inquiries, just let me know there, okay? Any questions so far? Any questions? Do you have any questions there, guys? No? Alright, if you don't have any questions, alright, good luck with your explorations. Try to sketch a few number kind of design there, guys, okay? Because when you saw, okay, what happened there? Chi Hong? Chi Hong? Why basically you feel sad, alright? Wait until I see you basically again next week, hopefully face to face. Chi Hong, I will force you to design one character there. Okay, guys. Okay, thank you very much for having me today. All right, we can actually dismiss earlier, and hopefully these demonstrations will give you more kind of understanding how actually going to operate your animations there, okay? Your character animations there, okay? Sketch a lot, guys. Sketch a lot from here. So don't decide yet what kind of character they're going to work, okay? give you guys sometimes when you have done a few number kind of sketch and design, you learn also at the same time from your sketches how actually you're going to separate those kind of element and parts there, okay? And then once you actually get it right, you start to sketch. You start to refine into your Adobe Animate there, guys, okay? Refine into your Adobe Animate there. So for me there, okay, I've done a lot of those design there, okay? Especially I try to study a few number kind of simple characters design, but give more appealing, solid kind of movements. And I always try to avoid using non-strokes kind of characters there for my studies of animations. Because why? Because it's hard for you to animate later on, okay? Unless you are very, very good at your layering kind of methods and techniques to work on that. Background, yes, we can use what we call that non-strokes kind of designer, okay? But for the characters, especially if you want to plan a lot of good kind of movements, okay, dynamic kind of movements, try to avoid first. Okay, I'm not saying you cannot, okay, but if you're using strokes that are like this one, okay, I'm using stroke only to animate that first. Later on, when you're going to refine those the motions and you're going to add some colors, so you already know basically how to plan to complete those kind of the whole kind of projects already, using those kind of strokes that you have done already, because it's easy for you to fill up the colors at the same time that you work on that. All right, so thank you very much, guys. Have a good day at the same times. All right, okay, this is a part of the way it works on that. And if Miss Teng actually going to give you guys some exercise, so make it a part of those combinations kind of knowledge, okay? From the bouncing ball, all those 4 kind of motions that you had to did this week, you try to add this kind of techniques at the same time that you also. All right, so thank you very much. Have a good day, and also have a good weekend, okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Okay, welcome there, guys, okay? Welcome. See you guys around there, right?